Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the rinks here in Suffolk County, New York. Hompog, to be exact. You are tuned into the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Brady Campbell with you, not from the rinks. I am actually in Jacksonville, Florida, along with Travis Quigley here running the board tonight for the AAU College Hockey Nationals tournament, but we will be taking you through the two games here on the North Rink tonight. Wally Mitchell will be on the camera back there at the rinks, and a very special freshman game lined up. First of two here on the North Rink, the Middle Country Cougars and the Sachem Warriors will do battle moments from now. Warm-ups underway, and final game of the regular season here in the freshman division for just about every team, including these two here tonight. The Cougars 8-9-2 on the year. They are currently sitting right in the middle of the pack of the standings in the freshman division and cannot move any further up despite possibly winning here tonight. They are right behind Sachem, but they are separated by about 6 points, 18 for Middle Country. Sachem 10-7-2. They're at 24 points with a win. Can possibly jump Smithtown Hauppauge Blue for the 7th seed. Smithtown Hauppauge Blue will be in action later tonight on the South Ring, so we will, of course, also have to see what happens in that game. It's the first of two here on the North Rink. Of course, coming up after this one, we'll have the developmental championship between Kings Park Comac and Connetquot Sayville. But for now, the Cougars and the Warriors just about set to get underway. Not too much at stake for Middle Country as they look to wrap up their regular season and catapult themselves towards the playoffs. The Warriors of Sachem, though, can move up in the standings here in the final game of the regular season. We'll step aside for a quick break here for the national anthem and the lineups and be back for Puck Drop on LI Sports Network. And welcome back to the rinks in Hauppauge, New York. Freshman hockey set to go Middle Country and Sachem. First, to look at the starting goalies. It'll be number 40, Ryan Bello, getting the nod tonight for Sachem as they look to him to backstop them into the playoffs and possibly jump Smithtown Hauppauge Blue, of course, depending once again on the outcome of that one. Down the other end will be number 1, Dominic Graziano for Middle Country, as the Cougars will look to pick up a big 2 points here and feel good about themselves headed into the postseason as well. Sachem in the home white will go left to right. Middle Country Road Blue going right to left. First of 2 games here on the North Rink tonight. Only freshman one here on this rink, as Derek Johnson will take the opening faceoff against Vincent Mineta. And we are underway. Mineta wins it to Captain Jack Mitchell of Sachem, the younger brother of cameraman Walter Mitchell, operating the cam for us back in Hauppauge tonight. Once again, Brady Campbell with you, Travis Quigley on the board here in Jacksonville, Florida, taking you through the game remotely as Mitchell stumbles down to the corner, helped out by Loeb, takes it around the net. Loeb a centering feed off the outside of the goal. Johnson brings it ahead. He lost the handle. Will come back out to center. Mineta keeps it moving. And from his own end, Brett Carley takes it behind his net and swings it up the boards. Loeb couldn't reach it, and it's taken back by Aiden Colmar, one of the better defensive defensemen in the freshman division. A pass fanned on, nearly taken away by Michael Riley. Not the NHL defenseman, but number 64 in blue. Colmar holds it in, goes back to the point. Johnson moving with it. Derek Johnson down to the corner, watched by Mitchell around the goal, stays with it. Curls back to the point. Colmar off the glass and down for Johnson once more. Tough angle try through the crease and off the boards all the way back out. And hustling back on it will be Ian Groshans. Moves it D to Colmar. Over the line on side. Takes a shot in that one. Fought off by Bello. Sachem will clear. Skated out of the zone by Jackson Croish. And now Middle Country in the change. They'll settle things down. What a move on the outside, bringing it ahead was James O'Connor, or excuse me, that was Derek Johnson once again for Ty Shimkus. Now played around to the far side half wall. Sachem gets out. And all the way back down. Shimkus around the wall. Comes back out to center, and look out here. Could be a 2-on-1 rush. But the play blown dead, and it looks like a penalty. And that one's going to hurt for Middle Country. They had numbers going the other way. Zachary Maresca, however, will be headed to the box. And so the first power play of the game goes to the Warriors of Sachem. It's an interference penalty against Maresca. And so a chance for Sachem to get that important first goal here in the hockey game. Just over 2 minutes gone. O'Connor will take the draw against Johnson. O'Connor wins it. Mineta tried to feed it down low. Got to watch number 21 in blue shorthanded as well. Centering pass taken away. Swung towards the slot. Off to the corner. Mineta gets to it. O'Connor finds it in his feet on the near side. Tries to center it on the wrong side of Chase Gandolfo and cleared all the way down the ice. Back on it, Mitchell. Goes behind, now swung up the ice by Vincent Donahue, but taken away, and the possible look shorthanded for Middle Country. Behind the net, Groshans looking for some help. We'll throw it back towards the point where Johnson just knocks it back down to the corner. And now Mitchell starts ahead for the Warriors. Lost the handle at the red line, keeps it moving. And Joseph Ilg will put it in deep. Colmar gets to it first for the Cougars. Mitchell holds it in at the point. And now a chance here. Mineta scores! Vincent Mineta takes the puck to the circle and rips it high. Glove on Dominic Graziano. A power play goal, and Sachem takes the 1-0 lead. What a play that was. Number 66 in white. Vincent Mineta having himself a great season for Sachem thus far. 21 goals coming in and gets another here in the final game of the regular season. Can Middle Country respond? Still very early in the hockey game, just 4 minutes in as O'Connor puts it into the corner and heads after it. Getting on it, holding it in is Sean Feely. Now behind the net, Colmar looking to start up ice. For Middle Country, gains the red line, now the blue. Colmar has a step to the circle, tries the one-handed tuck, and the save made by Bello. Looks like Colmar tried to slide it through 5-hole. Puck stayed in meanwhile. And the Cougars go to work at the half wall. Taken out by Wellman. He dumps it down the ice, and Groshans will beat Feely to it. And goes back out. Max Wellman will settle things down in his own end as the stretch pass up the ice, stumbling down Gandolfo. Here's Johnson from the slot to save Bello. And the rebound cleared all the way down. This could be an icing, though it does slow up. And it's waved off. And Ty Shimkus starts up ice. Moves around Mineta. Moves around another. That's Minakazi. Tries to center it. Donahue stepped in the way of the pass. Donahue looking for a teammate, banked it on the wrong side of him. It goes all the way down. Johnson will get back on it. Played 5 minutes so far. The lone goal, a power play tally from Vincent Mineta, who nearly took the puck away right there. Instead, with the puck, Michael Riley ahead for Johnson. A shot and just getting a piece of it with the cuff of the glove, it appeared, was Bello. A centering pass in front. Another save. Bello loose at the side of the net. And he puts the glove on it to get the whistle. 9:22 to go. First period, 1-0 lead. Sachem here in the final regular season game for both these teams at the freshman level. O'Connor wins the defensive zone faceoff. Chip back out to center. Shimkus with 2 Warriors on him. Great edge work to step around both of them and then puts it deep around the net. Loeb comes away with it. Patrick Loeb up the wall, held in. Ty Shimkus goes D to D. A shot towards the net and the save made by Bello at the top of his crease. Kept moving by Jack Conlon. Pass to the circle, doesn't get through, does the shot. Back to the point it comes. Joseph Jacquelard holds it in. O'Connor overskated it. Possible look here for Liam McCarthy, but he couldn't settle. Clearing attempt held in by Shimkus again. McCarthy centering pass, and Captain Jack steps in the way. Mitchell with a great read on that pass. And now he has the puck. Steps around Conlon. Mitchell to the outside, lost the handle, tries to center it, almost got through. Loose at the side of the net, and looks like the ref lost sight of it. Graziano gets the cover. 8:10 to go. First period of play. 1-0 lead for the Sachem Warriors here. Freshman Division Hockey. Final game of the season for both these teams on the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. On LI Sports Network, face-off win in the defensive zone for Middle Country. But the takeaway here for Johnson. Numbers for the Cougars. Johnson to the circle. Tried to slide it. 5-hole, the save by Bello. And back the other way comes Sachem. Mineta gets the red line from the blue, fires it in. Waffle boarded to the corner by Dominic Graziano. Groshans sends it all the way down. And this will be an icing against Middle Country as we approach the halfway point of period number 1. Faceoff will be to the right of Graziano. held in at the point. A shot gets all the way through some traffic as well. Graziano makes a stop, gets the whistle again. Mineta from Mitchell, the official tally. 11:33 was remaining in the first when that was scored. Here comes Johnson trying to even things up, and he's taken out by Donahue. Both players crashing into the net. Donahue a bit smaller than Johnson, but just ran him down. Cleanly, I should mention as well. So they set the net back on its moorings. It'll be an offensive zone faceoff here for the Cougars. Derek Johnson on the season, leading the team with 32 points, 24 goals, 8 assists. Has had the puck on the stick quite a bit here early on, unable to get any past Bello just yet. Look out here. Colmar stumbles down, and here's Mineta moving in, looking for a second of the period, and a great save by Graziano. Mineta moves it behind the net, and Aiden Colmar gets to it. Up for Hill. Touched up by Owen Hill, and a chance from the wing again. Johnson nearly snuck it by Bello on the short side. Kreusch backhands it out. Puck catches an edge, and icing waved off. Here comes Ty Shimkus. Gets around to O'Connor. Gets around a couple more. Shimkus on the backhand tried to center it. It got through and just shoveled wide by Liam McCarthy. What an end-to-end play there from Ty Shimkus. McCarthy just couldn't get it to go. Now 18 in blue back on the puck. Middle Country back over the line. Errant pass, though, taken back by Brett Carley. And play back out to center. Shimkus waiting for it there. We played a little over half a period. A 1-0 lead for Sachem. Middle Country trying to change that here, and a great play by Kreusch on a partial 3-on-1 down low. Now a chance the other way. Gandolfo gains his own, drops it off. Feely on the backhand tried to bring it back to the net forehand. A great defensive play by Ty Shimkus, who has had himself a great period. He's been everywhere so far. Puck gets past Carley and sent all the way down the ice. This could be an icing against Middle Country, and it is. With 5:24 to go in period number 1. Once again, Brady Campbell with you from the rinks in Hauppauge through Jacksonville, Florida. Travis Quigley also here as well, running the board. And Wally Mitchell back in Hauppauge operating the camera. Here's Colmar. Offside, or nearly offside, delayed offside. We play on, though. Taken away by Minakazi as Courtney McIntyre up the ice. Couldn't get it cleanly through to her. And Groshans takes the puck back. Giveaway, though. Mineta down behind the net. Getting to it. Jonathan Moringer gave it away. McIntyre from the circle on goal. Save made. Graziano, and the rebound cleared away from the front of the net. All the way down. Another icing. A 1-0 lead for Sachem here. Still Mineta's goal, the lone goal of the hockey game. 3 minutes and 27 seconds in on the power play. Defensive zone draw win for the Cougars. Here's Colmar. Looking for some space to get out of his own end. Couldn't do so. Gets turned around. A couple Warriors collide. Colmar couldn't quite take advantage, and that'll be offside as Owen Hill couldn't get back when Dylan DeCaro brought it back in. So faceoff comes back to the neutral zone. Reminder, Coming up next here on LI Sports Network on the North Rink, the developmental championship between Connect-Quad-Sayville and Kings Park Comac. Both teams gold, I should mention. Connect-Quad-Sayville gold and Kings Park Comac gold. Here's Owen Hill. Goes down the wall, cleared back out by the Warriors. Hustling back on it, Jackalard. Creates some more space for himself. Drops it off for Jack Conlon. Errant pass. Jackalard will play it off the wall. His pass stepped in front of by Gandolfo. Comes all the way across for Shimkus. Good stick, a couple good sticks there by Luke Keenan. And then sends O'Connor into the zone. Jackalard takes a shove from Gandolfo. Hill up the wall. Wellman held it in, but his pass blocked back out to center. And Mitchell waiting on it. Mitchell chips it in. Had Loeb going to the net. The pass deflects behind. And the Cougars take back possession, but a giveaway to Mineta. Mineta on the backhand, trying to go forehand and stuff it, and holding his ground against the post is Graziano. 3:06 remaining here in the first period. Mineta and Johnson to take the faceoff. Mineta wins it cleanly. Loeb trying to go back to the point, couldn't. Mineta back on it. Colmar with the steal. He locks up with Loeb. Now it goes behind the net. Mineta in to help. Tried to feed it back down for Jack Bryan. Loeb takes it on the backhand. Off the boards, taken away by McCarthy. Goes up the wall. Donahue couldn't quite hold it in. It comes all the way back out. Johnson, though, he gets to it first. Johnson, the toe drag. Has a teammate going to the front. His backhand pass didn't get through. McCarthy nearly followed it up with a shot. Now Johnson gets to it again, but his pass to the point picked off by Patrick Loeb. Tries to go cross ice to Jack Bryan, taken away. And Groshans gets dumped by Mineta right as he gained the neutral, or excuse me, gained the offensive zone. Here's Loeb again on the near side, just fires it down, but never got out. And Donahue takes it behind his own cage, wraps it up the boards, but held in once more. And it comes to the near side. Croix beaten to the puck by Riley. Donahue once again. Not the biggest in stature, but takes McCarthy down to the ice. Now McCarthy stick tied up with Donahue. Mineta tries to spring a pass to a teammate. It goes all the way down on goal, and Graziano attempted to cover it. Didn't realize that it was not under his glove for a moment, but then gets the whistle. 90 seconds to go in the first period. Back and forth action here. Still only one goal up on the board. Solid goaltending from both sides as expected. Both Middle Country and Sachem freshman teams have been known for their goaltending so far this season. Both Bourgogne and Bello of the Warriors and Graziano and Jack LaSala of the Cougars have been outstanding in this campaign. Can the Cougars even things up before the horn for intermission? Here's Mitchell. A turnover and a near opportunity there for DeCaro. Couldn't get it through. Now Mason LaSala trying to get his stick free. Gandolfo all over him. Shimkus with the steal. Gandolfo takes it right back and feathers it out to center where Jackalard's waiting on it. Final minute of play here in the first period. Brett Carley swoops in behind his own net. Goes up the wall. Takeaway. DeCaro trying to get a stick free. Angled on goal. Poked away by Bello. And here's Mitchell. One last chance here for Sachem. Mitchell to the half wall. Just swings it towards the net. And it's covered by Graziano. About 16 seconds to go here in the first period. Faceoff will be to the left of number 1 in blue, Dominic Graziano. Faceoff comes to the point. Wellman flips it wide. Comes to Gregory Mast. Mast stick handling at the half wall. Taken to the boards by Johnson. Johnson on it in the dying seconds. And that will do it for the first period of play. A 1-0 lead for the Warriors of Sachem. A power play goal. Vincent Mineta, his 22nd of the season, puts his team up 1-0. As we will head to the intermission, be back for the second period here momentarily on LI Sports Network. Start of the second period on the way here on LI Sports Network. 1-0 lead for Sachem over Middle Country. You see head coach John LaRochester very vocal on the bench, trying to draw up some plays, it appears, on the rink board behind the home bench, trying to will his team to a 2-0 lead, but right off the face-off, Derek Johnson nearly even things up. Another great save from Ryan Bello to start the second period. Keeps his team in front. Brady Campbell with you as another shot from the point is stopped and held by Bello, denying Ian Groshans. The lone goal so far scored at the 3:27 mark. Power play tally, Vincent Mineta, his 22nd goal of the season. Groshans, another point shot, deflects high in the air over the net. Stays in play. Johnson gets to it. On the backhand. Derek Johnson, a try, and the save made from Bello. He was sprawled down the crease, and the puck stayed out. Here's Mineta. A stretch pass off of the skate of Lukinen all the way down. This will be an icing against Sachem. Faceoff will come all the way back down towards Ryan Bello, who's been a busy guy here in the second period. Just still the opening minute. Just seconds in, had to face a breakaway from Derek Johnson. Faceoff win here, initially at least, from Middle Country, but now starting ahead with it are the Cougars once again as they take it back to their own end. Maresca in some trouble here, double teamed, and his pass banks to O'Connor. Couldn't do anything with it. Shimkus pokes it around Gandolfo. Ty Shimkus once again, the defenseman up the ice. Shimkus to the corner as a couple teammates driving towards the net, goes back door, and they score. Ty Shimkus does it again. He goes coast to coast and drops it off for Owen Hill on the doorstep, who tucks it in. Ryan Bello had no idea where the puck was As Shimkus took it behind the net, dropped it off behind his back to Bello at the post, or excuse me, to Hill at the post. And Bello thought Shimkus still had it. And so Owen Hill gets this game evened up just a minute and a half into the second period. Off the faceoff, Mitchell back the other way to O'Connor in the slot, trying to give Sachem the lead back, couldn't get the shot away. And Mason LaSala goes around the wall, poked out, and could be an on-man rush here. Hill back in, but Hill swiftly taken off the puck by Feely. Hill, though, on the back check, nearly took it away, but Mitchell swoops in to take it back. Chips it ahead, looking for O'Connor. It goes a bit too far for him. Jackallard will be the first one on it. And now Shimkus once again. Shimkus from the red line, passes it ahead, skated on by Maresca to the slot, lost the handle, Feely back on it. He gets separated from the puck. It's a scrum here in the circle. Neither team could work it free. And now Sachem eventually back the other way. Dumped down by Gandolfo. Groshans beats him to it. Goes off the wall and out to Maresca. Gets it through for Johnson. Johnson back for Maresca. Fanned on the shot. Tries to move it to Johnson. Mineta takes it back. Goes right through his own slot. And tries to chip it ahead for Minikazi. Jacob Minikazi hustling in after it. He's beaten to the puck by Moringer. But a giveaway, Mineta, high slot, shoot, saved by Graziano. McIntyre, shot blocked. Out to the point, Donahue. Another block. And here's Johnson for the Cougars. Tried to drop it off. We get a whistle here. And it looks like an offside, late offside call against Middle Country. Hill from Shimkus at the 1:20 mark of the second period has the game tied up at 1 apiece. Sachem clears it out off the faceoff, then a giveaway. Jack Bryan gave it right back, though. Colmar from behind the net goes up the boards. Loeb trying to poke it free at the half wall. It comes to Mineta now. At the point, keeps it moving. Wellman, center point, couldn't settle it. Elects for the corner. Off the glass, Wellman trying to hold it in. Goes down to the ice. It comes across, and now Colmar back on it. Banks it ahead, Wellman. Knocks it back to Groshans. He gave it up in neutral ice, and now Bryan. Backhands it ahead. It's pushed right back to him. Bryan swings it towards the front, right through the top of the crease. Cleared out for McCarthy. 2-on-2 with Johnson. He'll dump it into the far corner where Donahue goes to work, and he's taken it to the boards hard by McCarthy. And that allows possession for the Cougars. Now Donahue gives a shove to Shimkus into the boards. Shimkus moved it to Johnson. Wellman took it away and is just able to clear it out. And great work by Ian Groshans to not let that turn into an odd man rush for the Warriors. Now Mineta with Middle Country in the change has a bit more room to operate in his own end. Banks it on for Bryan, but it gets past him, goes all the way down for an icing with 9:50 remaining here in the second. The face-off will come down near Ryan Bello. And it's won back by the Cougars. Jackallard, right point, looking for a redirection. Blocked down Poke back towards the slot, and then on goal. Takaro got the shot away, and the save from Bello. We'll do it again from the same spot. O'Connor will take the faceoff for Sachem. He won it to the corner. One of the Cougars went down. That allowed James O'Connor to try and clear at least, and was unable to do so. Takaro holds it in. Now gave it up to O'Connor. 1-on-2. Now has some help, but he has to touch up. Keenan brings it back in. Tied up at the blue line. 3-on-2 battle there, or 3-on-3. One of the Cougars blended in with the blue line, but now it's Carly. Stretches it ahead for Keenan. Nearly put it into his own bench, but Shimkus takes the puck away. Drops it behind his own net for Jack Allard. Return feed to him. Keenan's all over him, though. Keenan and Shimkus lock up. O'Connor takes the puck away as Mass going to the goal, slides it through to him, and he couldn't get the shot on net. O'Connor centering pass. Keenan couldn't settle it. Puts it back behind the goal. Mass taken to the wall by two Middle Country players. Jack Allard back on it. And deflected out to center. With Brett Carly getting to it first. Carly with a nice move at his own blue line. Gets around two Cougars and dumps it in. Shimkus. O'Connor takes him to the boards. Maston to help. Johnson takes it behind his own net. Looks for some options here. Pressure by two Warriors keeps it moving for Shimkus. Ty Shimkus curls back. Patiently with the puck. Finds a lane to start up ice. Shimkus over the line again from just the top of the circle. Wires one on goal. And Bellows got it. Played nearly half a hockey game. It's still a 1-1 tie between Sachem and Middle Country. Sachem can pass Smithtown Hauppauge Blue for at least the time being if they win tonight. Smithtown Hauppauge Blue in action next on the South Rink against Ward Melville. Of course, if Sachem wins and then Smithtown Hauppauge wins, Bulls will finish ahead of them. Mitchell to the corner, drops it off for Mineta. Bouncing puck. Look out here, a takeaway. Starting up ice with it is Middle Country. But good hustle on the back check. And taking it back with Sean Feely. Now comes the circle. McCarthy tried to pass it to the slot. Picked off. Mitchell fanned on the clearing attempt. Still got it out, but Johnson takes over possession. Past the halfway point of regulation. 1-1 here between Middle Country and Sachem. Johnson loses the handle over the blue line, and the Warriors take back possession. And the Warriors bring it back out of their own end to the red line. Turn right back around by Colmar. He sends it around the wall. Donahue gets back on it. Goes up the boards, and Sean Feely, with a bit of time from his own half wall, stretches it ahead for Gandolfo. He gave it away to Johnson, and now 21 in blue from his own end. Dropped it off, and then the return feed to him was behind him. Now he brings it over the line to the circle, feeds it back door, just out of the reach of Conlon. And McIntyre will clear it out. Bouncing puck taken by Feely. Nice move by Feely at the blue line. And lost the handle. And back in comes Groshans. Groshans shoots, goes wide. Missed the far side. And a couple players stumble down. Here's James O'Connor, stretched ahead. Could be a 2-on-1. Mitchell with Minikazi driving. Mitchell scores! Captain Jack delivers again. And a 2-1 lead for Sachem. Just inside that far post. And the Warriors regain the lead. It's now 2-1 as we're entering the latter stages of the middle frame. Number 38 in white with the C on his chest. Another goal. With assistant coach Walter Mitchell, his dad, probably pretty happy about that play. What a goal that was. And of course, the younger brother of our cameraman as well, Wally Mitchell. Shimkus stumbles down. O'Connor back on it. Sachem looking for more. Pass out to the point, deflected wide by McIntyre. Carly behind the net. Minakazi centering it. Gets through. O'Connor couldn't find the lane to turn and shoot. Now cuts towards the slot. Couldn't step around Shimkus. And possible numbers now for the Cougars. Back into Caro as Lasala driving in. It's a backhand try. It's in. It's in. Did we get a call? I'm not sure. Middle Country was celebrating. The puck was in the net. That shot backed Bello all the way practically into his own goal, and then the puck ended up in the net, but after discussion, the referee signals no goal. And a close call there for Sachem. May have gotten a bit of a break there, but Dylan DeCaro that close to evening the score. But there will be a face-off here deep in the Sachem zone. Face-off won by Sachem. Bella was cheating off his post a little bit there, and the puck seemingly snuck by him. A shot from the point. This one will not, as he squeezes it. Just under 5 minutes to go here in period number 2. A 2-1 lead for Sachem. Face-off win for Middle Country. A shot blocked. With the playoffs beginning this Friday, East Islip Reds already in. There's Jack Bryan looking backdoor out of the reach of Patrick Loeb. Here's Donahue, the defenseman, takes it all the way behind the net, cuts back, throws it behind the net, Loeb back on it. Loeb swings it towards the front, deflected down, save Graziano. Bryan couldn't get it by him. Now centers it off of Graziano. Wellman with good inside positioning gets a shot away. It goes wide. Mineta back on it. Gets by Vincent Mineta out to Donahue. Vincent Donahue shot blocked. DeCaro back the other way. Gains his own. DeCaro this time elects for the pass. It goes right through Mason LaSala. Jack Mitchell, the go-ahead goal. James O'Connor gets the lone assist to put the Warriors back in front. 3.5 to go here in the second. Groshin's in the corner, up the boards. It's fanned on by Donahue. Numbers for the Cougars again. A centering pass intended for Johnson didn't get through. And now Sachem looking to head right back the other way. Wellman with speed over the line. We'll just flip it on goal. Stopped by Graziano. And it comes out, and look out here. Could be a breakaway. Liam McCarthy moving in. Forehand scores! This one will count, and Middle Country ties the game. Liam McCarthy showing off some silky mitts in tight. Roofs it just over the pen. I'm not sure if he had a whole lot of room there. Looks like he may have had Bello beat, but Bello was still somehow able to keep that left pad pretty close to the post, but he lifts it over and ties the game with just over 3 minutes to go in the second. So the Cougars answer back once again. Looking for another shot, ramps off a stick off the glass and then bounced right back to the low slot where it's cleared away by Carly. Here's Johnson from the circle. Johnson shoots, save made by Bello. And Mitchell on it, leaning on Johnson. Eventually Johnson just shoves him down to the ice. Keenan gets to it. Goes to O'Connor. O'Connor out of the reach of Mast. Takes it behind the net. Colmar for Groshans. Carly keeps it moving. Goes down to the corner. 2-on-1 battle in favor of Middle Country, and coming away with it, Johnson with speed. Don't want to give him too much room. Johnson elects for the pass, and Jack Mitchell, another great read. And here he comes, trying to settle that rolling puck. Steps around Colmar. Mitchell on goal, and he scores! It went over the pad of LaSala and into the net. And Sachem restores the lead again. Mitchell's second of the game with just under 2 minutes to go in the period. Captain Jack getting the Warriors by tonight. And right now he gives them the 3-2 lead. Could be one that Graziano would want back. Not an easy play on the rebound in tight, but did get a piece of it. Here's Mineta. Turning back with it. Donahue. Warriors trying to get it to the horn here with the lead. Maresca has other ideas, but his shot gets blocked. Conlon keeps it moving. Behind the net, chipped out in front. A try from Maresca off a stick. Pops up in the air. Another centering try. Maresca on goal. A save made by Bello. To the half wall it goes, and now Mineta sends it on for Feely. Feely with a step, now working 1-on-4. Takes a shot over the net. Shimkus shakes free of Feely, goes around the boards with it. Down to the corner it goes, Jackalarn. Out to the point, held in. Another opportunity for the Warriors. Gandolfo cuts back. Final minute of the second period. 3-2 lead for Sachem. Kreusch gets knocked down to the ice. 2-on-2 battle. Feely steps away with it. Feely a shot. Just missed that short side top corner. Sachem pushing for another one late. Gandolfo down to Feely. To the point. Held in Donahue. Shot trickles to the slot. Mineta backhand try blocked. Final seconds ticking off. Mineta down to the corner. Gandolfo backhand try. Just lifted it over the goal. And down to the corner it goes. That will do it for period number 2. The team's trading goals once again. In the end, the 2 from Jack Mitchell have Sachem out in front 3-2. 15 minutes to go. Can they hold on and possibly jump Smithtown Hauppauge? We'll find out next here on LI Sports Network. Third period underway here on LI Sports Network. Brady Campbell with you. Well, from Jacksonville, Florida for the AAU College Hockey Tournament, but still calling the Suffolk County High School Hockey League freshman battle between Sachem and Middle Country, and Sachem with the 3-2 lead as we enter the final period. What's at stake? It's the final game of the regular season. Sachem with a win will pick up 2 points and jump Smithtown Hauppauge Blue by 1 for the 7th seed. But Smithtown Hauppauge Blue is almost in action pretty soon. 7:20 puck drop, I believe, on the South Rink. 7:30 puck drop on the South Rink as that shot fanned on by Loeb in the slot. And then, of course, if Smithtown Hauppauge wins that one, it does not matter anyway. Middle Country, they're the 8th seed right now. Even if they win, they cannot catch this Sachem team who's 6 points ahead of them. But trying to play spoiler here on the final night of the regular season. Centering pass, only one there, Colmar for Middle Country. Here's Loeb centering pass, picked off Derek Johnson. Johnson has a teammate ahead of the play, but he's going to do it himself. Over the line, Johnson to the circle, back to the forehand, and once again, Ryan Bello almost backed into his net for what feels like the 100th time tonight, just able to keep it out. And probably a very frustrated Derek Johnson as well. He has had chances upon chances. As we mentioned, the leading point getter for this Middle Country team as well. And he has been snake bitten all night, thanks to number 40 in white between the pipes. Colmar holds it in. Goes down for DeCaro on then. Another save. Bello tried to play it to his glove. I think he has it. He doesn't yet. Now he gets on it. As Mason LaSala fell right in the crease. Lost sight of the puck there for a moment. And it will come to the near side circle. Once again, coming up next here on the North Rink, the championship for developmental hockey. It's Connecticut Savo Gold and Kings Park Comac Gold. That will be here on LI Sports Network with a 7:50 p.m. puck drop. Donahue took it away, then gave it up. Down to the corner goes Hill, and it's chipped up almost into the netting, stays in play. Couple players spill down in the corner, taken by Shimkus. Ty Shimkus to the backhand, puts it down to the near side corner. Vacant corner as far as blue jerseys are concerned. Shimkus a steal, goes to the circle, shoots, and I believe that one caught the mask of Bello. Now here's Gregory Mast. 2-on-2. Mast over the blue line, tried to drop it to Keenan. In the way was Conlon. Keenan still was able to put it deep, but Shimkus took it right back. Mineta on for Gandolfo. His pass back to him was blocked. And back out to center. Mineta back in. Curls to the circle, is shot off the stick of Shimkus and wide. Now McIntyre tied up with Jacquelard. Mineta digs it free. Minikazi trying to get open in front of the net. And Mineta's pass gets by Mitchell and back out to center. Jack Mitchell, the second and third goals for Sachem tonight. Has his team in front 3-2. Vincent Mineta got the scoring started back in the first, the lone goal of that period on the power play. The 2 goals for Middle Country. The first one from Jack LaSala, the second one, the first one from Owen Hill, the second one from Liam McCarthy. Jack LaSala between the pipes would have been something if he had scored. Derek Johnson splits 2 defenders. Only one more to beat. Can't catch up to it in time. But the pass nearly given away. It ends up at the point where Colmar rockets one that's stopped by Bello. Here's Johnson again. Curls to the circle on the backhand, and it gets blocked off to the corner. McCarthy goes behind for Johnson. Spinning backhander on the tape, and fired just off the outside of the net by Michael Riley. What a pass from Johnson. Riley nearly finished it. It ends up on goal down the other end where Graziano covers. So we play just about 5 minutes here in the third period. Scoring has not changed since period number 2. O'Connor, his line will come out. He'll take the face off, but he loses it to DeCaro. And Colmar over the blue line. Plays it for Conlon, trying to get a shot away. Stick was checked by Gandolfo. Conlon, the nice move. Couldn't quite get around Donahue, though. Now O'Connor back on it. Centering pass gets through DeCaro, a shot, and once again it sticks to Bello. And he's gotten the whistle. Ryan Bello has been phenomenal tonight. 2 have beaten him, but could have been plenty more. In a way, 3 have. There was a goal waved off for Middle Country, a shot from the point knockdown. Back in that second period. Now here comes Sachem. Pass goes all the way through. O'Connor gets tied up with Groshans. And here comes DeCaro back in. Onside, DeCaro, what a move that was. Backhand try. Lifted it over the net. Comes all the way out, and the Warriors will dump it back in. Colmar gets back to it. Here is Conlon, gets the red line and puts it in. Around the net it goes. Jackson Croix back on it. On for Gandolfo. Hammers that one around the wall and heads off for a change. Mineta gets to it. Mineta steps around one, tries for the centering pass, knocked down. And Maresca on for Conlon. Pass nearly got through to Johnson. It hopped his stick. Johnson stays with it. Takes it around the net. Johnson. Oh, great vision there. Colmar was sneaking in. It got by him, though, and back out. Here's Shimkus. Turning past Bryan. Now forced behind the net. Goes to Johnson. Derek Johnson splits through a couple of Warriors. Now a shot from the outside goes high. Cleared back out. Jack Allard getting back on it in his own end. And it's an icing against Sachem. So we played just about half a third period. Score has not changed. Middle Country trying to even things up here. Time running out on the regular season. Faceoff goes back to Shimkus. Sidesteps Loeb. Shimkus working down to the circle. His pass got blocked. Now a try. Knocked down again by Mitchell. Shimkus holds it in. Goes down to the corner. And comes back out. Mineta halfway through the third. Mineta stays with it. Mitchell driving to the through, and he scores. Hat trick, Jack trick. It's Jack Mitchell. 4-2 lead for Sachem. Jack Mitchell has the last 3 for the Warriors. A huge insurance goal for Sachem. And now they'll look for more. O'Connor beaten to the puck by Colmar. Behind the net, taking it and going up the wall is Groshans. Picked off by Mitchell. Does he have a fourth in him? Going to bring it to the goal. Now tries to center it. Mitchell couldn't hold it in. Keenan gets to it. Now Colmar. His team now trailing by 2. Just under 7 minutes to play in regulation. Keenan back in. Puts it behind the net. Banks off the outside. And Groshans pressured by Gandolfo. O'Connor couldn't hold it in. It comes out for Riley. And the takeaway to Caro, trying to get his team back within 1. A nice move, almost deked himself out as he couldn't find the puck in his skates. And O'Connor back the other way, gains the center red and puts it in. Chip and chase play here by the Warriors. More of a chip and change as no Warriors in sight for a couple seconds there. Now comes up for Riley. Checked by McIntyre. They pin the puck to the kick plate. Collision down in the corner. And Mineta swoops in to take it. Vincent Mineta sidesteps a couple of Cougars on for McIntyre. Courtney McIntyre shovels it in. Groshans turning with it. Chips it to the blue line, pops up into the middle country bench and out of play. So Jack Mitchell has scored the last 3 for Sachem. Another point for Vincent Mineta as well. He has a goal and an assist in the hockey game. Cougars control the ensuing face-off and bring it back in. Cleared out by Sachem. Look out here. Could be a chance for the Warriors. A shot doesn't go wide. And now the Cougars trying to clear. About 5.5 to go. In the next few minutes, we'll have to keep an eye on Dominic Graziano. Dump down the ice. Could be a chance here for Middle Country. But Sachem coming back the other way with it. Now from the red line, that's Derek Johnson. From the circle, couldn't step around one of the defenders there, trying to get back to it. That defender's down. I believe that's Brett Carley getting back to his feet a bit hobbled. Puck cleared out all the way down the ice. No icing and out of his net. Initially going to play it was Graziano. Then he leaves it for a teammate. And Shimkus behind his own net. It's the wheels turning, curls back. 4 minutes to go. A 4-2 lead for the Warriors. Here's Johnson. Backhands it out, a takeaway, and Jackson Kreusch couldn't get it deep. And cleared back ahead for Zachary Maresca. Fires one high off the glass behind the net. And Patrick Loeb clears it out for Feely. Feely skates it to the red line, now the blue. Puts in the skates of Mineta, kept him moving. A tough angle try, fought off by Graziano. A big save, keeps his team in it. With only a couple minutes to go. A takeaway from DeCaro, on for Johnson. Johnson with some room in the circle, goes back to the slot. DeCaro, and a great play by Max Wellman. Now Wellman back in. Wellman to the circle, looking for offense. Went backdoor for Loeb. It was just a bit out of his reach. I think he put that pass a little too far in front of him. Loeb's a righty. Had to try to grab it on the backhand. DeCaro, a heavy shot. A standing save made by Bello. To the corner it goes. Centering pass. Knocked off to the far side. Cleared back out. Groshans backhands it in. Mitchell off the glass and out, and a big hit from Groshans. He leveled Loeb just inside the blue line. Loeb trying to find the puck. I believe it's underneath him. Mineta comes away with it. Mineta dropping back into his net is Graziano. The pass from Mitchell behind Jack Bryan. Bryan trying to center, a good stick, and then they score. That might do it. The second of the game. Vincent Mineta with just over 2 minutes to go. 5-2 Warriors. As Mineta stayed with it, that initial pass blocked by Graziano. The centering feed was blocked, and then it ended up right on the backhand of Mineta, and he slid it through Graziano. So 2 minutes to go. Sachem in great position here to pick up the win in the final regular season game. Mast goes across the ice, taken away by Johnson. Here's Shimkus over the line, weaves his way through, looking to get one back, a backhand try, and he scores. So Middle Country gets one right back. Not done yet. A little over a minute and a half to play here in the third period, and a bit of life for the Cougars. Ty Shimkus going end to end that time and sneaking the backhander by Bello. Jack Bryan picks up the lone assist on the Mineta goal. So back to a 2-goal game. Johnson on the puck. Been eerily quiet here tonight. If there's ever a time in which they need him, this would be it. He has the puck, shoots, and that one off the post. Stayed out, centering pass, backhand try, a save made, and they score. And Middle Country's within one. This game seemed just about as good as over. About a minute ago, a 3-goal lead for Sachem is now dropped to 1 with a little over a minute to play. Michael Riley in front on the rebound. Johnson was able to get it to DeCaro. His shot was stopped. It bounced right to the backhand of Riley. Here's Mineta. Back in his net as well is Graziano. Here's Johnson. Leaves it off for a teammate. DeCaro to the backhand. Saved by Bello. A massive stop with the glove. Nearly snuck it by him. Cleared down the ice. Out to the hash marks is Graziano in the final minute. Johnson turns it over. Nearly took it back. Bryan shoots. And an easy save for Graziano. Colmar keeps it moving. Gave it away, though, to Bryan. Bryan puts it behind for Mineta. Sachem trying to play keep away. And Loeb with a chance. Save Graziano. Still giving his team a chance. With about 20 seconds to go here in the third period. 23 seconds left. Here's Loeb. Shot from the outside. Another save, Graziano. He'll keep it moving. Colmar goes up the wall. Now Johnson with numbers possibly over the line to the circle. Takes a shot. Missed wide. Dying seconds ticking off. At the line. Just held in. Now Sachem will clear. All the way down the ice. An empty net. Middle Country. Last chance. Do they have enough time? 2-on-1. A shot. And the save and the rebound kicked away. Loose in the circle. And that'll do it. Sachem survives. What a finish. A game that was only 1-0 Warriors after 1. They led it 3-2 after 2. They led it 5-2 with just over 2 minutes left. And Middle Country had several opportunities to tie the game in the final minute, but the Warriors survive. And they, for the time being, will jump Smithtown Hauppauge Blue in the standings. And Smithtown Hauppauge Blue just getting underway. So Sachem will pick up points 25 and 26, move to the 7th seed. Of course, if Smithtown Hauppauge wins, they will recapture the 7th seed with this being the final game as well. So they will take the 7th seed. Sachem will return to the 8th seed and be locked in there. That is currently in the first period, still scoreless between the Bulls and the Award Melville Patriots. 5-4 win for Sachem here tonight. And we will come back momentarily for the developmental championship game, the Kings Park Comac Gold Knights against the Connecticut Sayville Gold Thunderbirds. For Wally Mitchell, back at the rinks on camera, Travis Quigley here on the board. I'm Brady Campbell here in Jacksonville, signing off the final score. The Sachem Warriors 5, the Middle Country Cougars 4. You've been tuned into the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network.